All right, this is my 1 year review of my MulTbar Rod Racks. I'm basically going to tell you my history with MulTbar and other rod racks, and then I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about MulTbars. And maybe I will catch a catfish while doing so. I've got 3 rods out with some nice Blue River carp bait, and maybe a channel catfish will drop by. Now, any of you that have been subscribed to my channel or have been following me for the past 8 years knows that I've been through multiple boats. My first jet boat had a rack system that was built by my buddy Ty. That jet boat had a bench in the back that I had removed so I could walk straight to the back of the boat, right to the transom, without having to step up on a back deck to get to my rods. It worked perfectly. All right, I'm starting to see turtles poking their heads up in the water. So the turtles are awake, and I've seen a couple of just quick nibbles on my bait. So I think we have another flathead. Whoa! Okay, I was going to try closing the video and all of a sudden we get another fish. Now this is what I call a successful day. I came here to catch flatheads, and there you go. Big guy. That's a nice flathead. However, that's the first boat I started guiding in, and I realized it was just too small to guide in. So what I did was I went to a retail boat. I went to a Sea Arc Pro Cat 200. With that Pro Cat, there was no way to remove the back deck. Now I moved those rod holders over to the Pro Cat, and I had a buddy cut them and flatten them so they would fit on the back. Now the jet boat was a weld built, so the back of the boat where I had them mounted was sideways. Those rod holders had to be cut and then mounted flush, and they were only like that tall, so I would be walking up and bending over to get my fishing rods. There we go. There we go. Ugh. Whoa. Man, I had to wait for this fish. A nice Tennessee River blue catfish. Awesome. This right here makes it worth it. You're going to become a 100-pounder someday. Oh, let go. All right. And that caused problems with my own back. It caused problems with clients' backs. So I ended up moving on from that boat. I had other issues with that boat. I made a whole video about it. I might even link that in an iCard above if you want to hear me gripe about a Pro Cat 200. Now the next boat that I got was another jet boat, but it was a G3 jet boat, and it had a back deck to it. Thankfully, I got MulTbars for it, so I wouldn't have to bend over a lot to get to the rods. Oh, he's still there. Nice sized channel cat. Channel catfish. Maybe I got double going on here. Calm down. Got him. Whoa. Oh, this is awesome. Head first. All right. That, my friends, is a sturgeon. So let me get this guy, whoa, back in the water. Nice channel, Cat. Sturgeon. Awesome. Nice sturgeon. I'm going to net release him. Just be as gentle as possible. There he goes. The first version of the multi-bars were not only built in a garage, they are long like these. These are pretty much the same thing. They're long enough that you can have them on a boat like this and not really have to bend over to grab your rod and reel. Now, for whatever reason, that jet boat was really unstable, so I ended up selling it and getting a bay boat. And I got multi-bars for that bay boat. And it had the same problem. It had a back deck. The multi-bar still worked out really good on that boat for the exact same reasons that I put multi-bars on this boat. And I do have to disclose that, yes, multi-bar actually sent me these multi-bars. I didn't have to buy them for this boat, but I did buy them for my previous boats. Now that will bring me to the elephant in the room. Multi-bars are expensive. In fact, almost anything you can buy for a boat is expensive these days. Now, I'm quite sure there's a few of you that believe that they are worth what he asked for them. If you think they are, leave a comment below. I do think they are worth what he's asking for them. Now, the guy with multi-bar started off in his garage. He made a set for himself, and then his friends were like, oh, I want, a set as well. And then it went from there. He created a good business out of it, and now he has his own machinery to make multi-bars and other stuff. And the key to his success is not only did he make a good product, he's partnered with other businesses. There's businesses out there that make accessories for his multi-bars. And then you have Smackdown rod holders that have his multi-bars on their website. And I'm sure it's more than just Smackdown that has his rod holders or his rod racks on their website. He has grown and blossomed multiple companies into being successful. Good things happen when multiple businesses work together, and it's almost like YouTube. Good thing happens when multiple YouTubers work together. Now for the nitty gritty about these multi-bars. One of the cool things that he added was these Allen screws. And what I did is I took a drill and I actually drilled it out a little bit so I could push the Allen key in there further to hold it in place. And so far, I haven't had to adjust these. Now, I don't have a digital angle meter or whatever those are called. I did use one when I put it on here. Now, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I could take a bet just looking at it, just eyeing it. They haven't moved. The only thing that's moved on here is this side. And it's because I think I hit something with this and it caused the base to get loose and it just went sideways. I have taken these off before. I've made sure when I put this together that the square and the square is square with the base. And this is the only thing that doesn't have an Allen key. So over time, this may get loose again and I'll have to just tighten it down. I think I had the same thing happen on my bay boat where I either hit something or it just got loose and one of the multi-bars it went sideways. And it's a real easy fix. I keep a wrench on the boat just in case I need to adjust these at any time. Another issue I'm having, which may actually be a fault of the boat, you can see when I'm stepping around it, it's loose. And this side isn't like that. And I think it just may be like a weld in my floor that may have gotten loose. I'm not 100% positive. It could be these screws have gotten loose as well. Something I need to probably address sooner than later. I have heard of other people having their multi-bars ripped off their boats as well when the boat has really thin aluminum. So if you get a boat like a Weld built that has the thin aluminum, you probably want to have extra aluminum welded on before you put your multi-bars on it. One of my followers and subscribers who actually won one of my giveaways in the past, and he booked a couple of trips on my boat, he has a boat now, a Weld built the way I want one built, and he has reinforced or had the back of the boat reinforced for his multi-bars. One of these days I will get on his boat and go fishing with him and take you guys with me. I've been on it once already. We didn't catch anything and storms ran us off the water within 30 minutes of being on the water, so it didn't become a video. Basically, he built a 20-foot Weld built that has no back bench. You can just walk right to the back of the boat where the multi-bars are. He's got a forward console, and then he has a rod box on the side. And the only problem with that Weld built is the front deck is like that high. You literally have to climb up to get on the front deck. So it needs some steps or something. Much higher than an Excel without the box that I had them add to this boat. And speaking of real catfish boats, the MulTbar guy is ready for them. And the first retail boat that I know of that is a real catfish boat is the Excel Stormcat. You can walk right to the back of the boat and fish. And the MulTbar guy has created shorter multi-bars. They're like, you know, that high. Perfect for a real catfish boat. So you just put them on the sides or the corner back of the Stormcat and walk to your rod and reel without having to step up or stumble over a back deck. The first retail boat that is a proper catfish boat. Now there is one other that would take just small design changes to become a proper catfish boat as well, and it's the low catfish boat. And why do I say that? They put their live well for catfish up front, and all they have to do is remove the back deck, and now they have a proper catfish boat that can also do tournaments. The Excel Stormcat can also do tournaments as well, because on the back transom is a 100-gallon live well. That live well is the only thing I'm not really sure of, because, you know, you can't get to this part of the water to get catfish. You have to pull everything to the side of the boat. That's the only drawback of having a live well on a transom. I'd rather have that live well up front and then have just the back wide open. Having a live well on the front of the boat might make the front of the boat bigger, but that's perfectly fine. With a catfish boat, you need enough room on the front of your boat for a cast net or to have 2 or 3 people casting for skipjacks. So basically my dream boat is an 80-gallon live well and a large front deck up front, a pushed forward console, maybe even with a windshield, just, you know, for comfort, and then all of this wide open with a set of the smaller multi-bars on the back. Hopefully more manufacturers will listen to this, because MulTbar is definitely ready to put more rod holders on real retail catfish boats. Now, like I said earlier, I was hoping to catch a catfish while talking to you guys about the multi-bars, and yeah, they're not biting at this spot. This is kind of a newer spot. My big flathead and channel catfish and snapping turtle spot is like right over there, and I figured I'd get over here in the nice shade to see if something might be swimming through here, and doesn't seem so, which is, I guess, fine, because this is more or less, you know, a review video instead of a fishing video. In fact, if you want me to do more review videos like this or gear videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up to show the Google algorithm that a review video is just as good as catching 2-pound catfish. I do have a lot of gear, and I do need to review some of it for obvious reasons. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch my video. I really, really appreciate it. Now I think I'm going to reel these up, head to another spot, and do yet another review video, just so I can have a few videos built up to publish whenever I can't catch any catfish, or if I've got guided trips getting in the way of me recording YouTube videos. If you want to check out my guide service or even check out my discounts page, go to www.tnrvg.com. My discounts page shows everybody that I work with, including a couple of discounts for you guys, and then the rest of it is about me and my guide service. And I would be happy to take any of you out on my boat one of these days. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you next time.